When you go to get your hair done at the hairstylist or the barber, you don't just walk in and pick anybody. Usually you have a go-to person where you know that your hair is going to be done right. They know your hair, they know how to make you look good. The same thing goes with an attorney. You want an attorney-client relationship, and it's just that it's a relationship, and it's built. You want somebody you feel comfortable with, and you want somebody that knows how to make you look good to the court. And so we're going to talk about 5 things today that you can do to maximize your attorney-client relationship. Number 1, define your goals. So if you have an attorney or you're in the middle of consulting with an attorney, that means that clearly there's something wrong and you have some problems that you want to address. And it's gotten to the level where you're so overwhelmed where you said, I need some professional assistance to get some insight on how to handle the issue. So yes, there's probably a list of things that are bothering you, but you want to have a goal and know what it is that you want fixed. And through talking to your attorney, at least in some of the initial conversations, you should have a goal. Okay, this is the problem. This is what we're going to try to do to fix it. Just going through and just having the problems and never having a goal on how to resolve them is probably a surefire way to either become upset with your attorney because the communication is not clear as to what you're expecting and what you should be expecting, or just kind of going on without any end in sight. Number 2, understand the fee arrangement. Every attorney has a way that they're going to charge. Traditionally, there's a retainer where the attorney says, okay, my hourly rate is such and such. You give me so much money up front. For everything I do on the case, I'll deduct from that retainer. Some attorneys do flat fees. Some attorneys do contingency fees. When you sign an agreement, that fee structure is 99% laid out in that agreement. Make sure you understand it. Yes, when you call the attorney or you call the staff, you call that office, that phone call will likely get charged. You send an email, you send a text, likely going to get charged. You have to walk in to the attorney's office and do some paperwork. Whatever the case may be, it's a part of the fee structure. So understand how to do that and try to use your time wisely, right? So you don't want to just call them up and shoot the breeze. Tell them everything that's going wrong with your day that day. Again, you want to outline some issues that may be going on, and you definitely want to keep them in the loop as to what's going on. But it's not just, how you doing? That being said, understand how your attorney prefers to communicate, because that will get you the faster route. Some attorneys just prefer a quick email, and then they can say, got it, and it takes them a minute to read it, versus calling and having to outline everything for 15 minutes while they take notes. But some attorneys prefer the phone call because maybe email's not as good for them. So you want to know your attorney's preferred communication style so you're communicating most effectively using the least amount of time. Number 4, understand the role of the attorney and our function. We are neither genies nor are we therapists. And so one of the two is usually expected. Either it's expected that if you tell the attorney the problem at the snap of their hands or the wiggle of their nose, it'll go away, or they're going to have some type of magic trick to pull a rabbit out of a hat to make what was wrong right. Okay? Doesn't work that simply. There's usually a process, and there's usually an outline of things that need to be done to address the issue. And if it's a court case, it's going to take a long time. That's not our fault. It's the court calendar. It's just congested, and it takes months just to get a court date. Neither are we therapists. Yes, you are carrying a heavy load. It is emotionally difficult, and we are sensitive to that. But law school didn't teach us how to handle the emotions. It taught us how to think through a problem and find a legal solution. If there is no legal solution, it is very in your best interest to probably find a therapist to talk through that emotional trauma so it's not keeping you up at night and stressing you out all throughout the day. That's a better way to handle it rather than use your time to tell us when we don't have the tools to give you to work through that problem. We can help you find the legal solution, but not necessarily the therapeutic one. Lastly, listen to the attorney, right? So if you had a problem that you felt warranted, needed professional advice, then listen to the professional advice. Your Aunt Susan or your Uncle Jack or your cousin Sally may or may not be an attorney. I'm not sure, but you know, it's difficult if you're listening to competing opinions all the time. You have one attorney that's hopefully read through your information, read through those facts. If they haven't, that's a different situation, and maybe you want to rethink that relationship. But they're paying attention to what's going on in your case and how it's affecting certain things, and they're giving you one-on-one personalized advice to how to get through that. So to tell only one snippet of the conversation to a third party and then take that third party's advice over your attorney's, it's not always the best idea. If they're giving you advice, listen, think it through. Sure, consult with other people, that's fine. But, if you're not going to listen to the advice, either don't get that attorney or don't get an attorney at all, because what's the point of hiring somebody when you're not going to follow through on what they're asking you to do? So I hope that was helpful. I'm the attorney next door. Thanks for stopping by. Balancing your responsibilities is hard enough. You have to go to work, pay bills, raise kids, go grocery shopping, make dinner, do the laundry, answer emails, and exercise. Now you have to go to court? It's like learning a whole new language. Sometimes you just need a friendly lawyer to point you in the right direction, teach you how to think like a lawyer, and help you feel more confident in court. It would be nice if you knew an attorney nearby so you don't get stuck or lost on your way. Good news for you. Stop by the attorney next door and pick up the tools you need to handle your court case on your own. No retainers and flat fee assistance. Just the answers you need to the questions you didn't know to ask.